Kate, your thoughts. We're just minutes away from tip-off.
These are two very experienced teams with veteran rosters, but they each have an advantage in one specific area. For Fremd, it's in the front court with their height advantage. For Kenwood, it's in the back court with one of the best guard duos in the state. Now, which advantage is going to have a bigger impact tonight? We're about to find out.
Did you say impact? Because I have an impact player for you, none other than Coco Urlacher from Fremd.
She absolutely stole the show in the semifinals against Loyola. She hit 2 threes in the final 20 seconds of the overtime. The second coming as time expired to send it to a second overtime period, and she didn't stop there. Finished with 32 points, 17 rebounds. You can imagine that Kenwood has her name circled on the scouting report. And for Kenwood, Ariel Hennigan, the engine that makes this team go. She's a 3-level scorer. She can hit from anywhere. She controls this Broncos offense. Finished with 18 points last night. Her performance will play a major role in the outcome of this game.
But how about this? 8 of the 10 starters from last year's game return for this one.
Yeah, there are going to be no surprises tonight. These two teams know each other's tendencies. They know each other's personnel. The game planning has been done. The scouting has been done. And now it comes down to who goes out and executes better today. That team is going to be cutting down the nets.
These teams have been at the top of the rankings all season long.
Yeah, they've both had extremely tough routes to get here, and they've done so with targets on their back. Alton's only 2 losses this season have come to teams outside of the state. Kenwood has 2 losses this season, but those are 2 of the top teams in the state of Illinois. Both of these teams battle-tested in their route to getting here.
Speaking of Kenwood, let's take a look at the Broncos. Our featured player today for them is Ariella Hennigan.
Hennigan started varsity day 1 as a freshman. Her game has evolved from being a pass-first point guard to a 3-level scorer. She leads in scoring, assists, and steals. Hennigan can do it all. Over on the Alton side, we have Kyoko Proctor. Kenwood better know where she's at all times. Not only is she a 46% three-point shooter, she's also shot at least 45% from the field in all but 6 games this year. And that's not all. She can drive, get into the lane, and finish around the rim.
See that low of a point total here in this one.
No, we definitely are not. These are 2 offensive-minded teams that know how to absolutely stuff the stat sheet. They're going to get up and down the floor. Plenty of points today. Fremd is averaging 63 points per game, and Loyola has 13 games this season where they've scored 70+.
When we get, but Kate, the differences run a little bit deeper than just that.
Yeah, just a little deeper. They run deeper in their play style. Mount Carmel's totally fine playing at a slower pace. They want to get the ball inside, play that in and out game with their bigs. Meanwhile, Peoria and Notre Dame, they're going to run fast. They want to get out in transition, push the pace, and use their athleticism today.
Let's take a look at the impact players in this ball game. First of all, let's start with Mount Carmel, and that would be Macy Randall.
Yeah, Randall does just a little bit of everything. She's their leading scorer at just under 17 points per game, an absolute menace on the boards. Leads the team in offensive rebounding and blocks, and is 5th in the state in double-double. Meanwhile, over on Notre Dame side, you can't talk about Emmy Wardle without going back to last season. She hit the game-winning shot with a second left to win the 2A championship against Nashville, and she's picked up right where she left off. She's the heart and soul of this team, makes everyone around her better, and draws so much attention that Mount Carmel's going to have to decide how they want to defend her tonight.
My left-hand man, not yours, my left-hand man on the statistician side. You have some other numbers that he...
Well, you're my left-hand man.
All right.
But from Nick, we get our own stats as well. And yeah, I mean, 8 made field goals for Nashville. 7 of those field goals coming in the paint for 14 points. Another 11 points off of turnovers. So there are 2 ways that Nashville's scoring right now. In the paint, off of turnovers. If Notre Dame can stop them in those 2 areas, they can climb back into this game.
We talked about the 2 Brinkman twins, and we talked about Summer, we talked about Samantha. What I like about their games is they let the game come to them, and in the first half, the game really came to Samantha.
Yeah, Samantha had a phenomenal first half. 8 points, very efficient, 3 of 5 from the field. You see her knocking down a triple there, getting to the basket here. She's doing just a little bit of everything. And on the defensive end as well, getting into passing lanes. She has 2 steals on the day, doing it all for Nashville.
And they're both experienced, but in their own unique ways.
Yeah, just a little different ways, Dave. I mean, Phillips is experienced because they have 3 seniors on their starting lineup and a junior as well. So the upper class experience, that maturity is going to show today. On the other side for Nashville, they start 3 sophomores, but they have experience in terms of having been here before. They played in the state title game last season, so they know what it's going to be like to be under these bright lights today.